Hey guys, Adakai TCG here, and today I'm going to be going through my OP06 REIJU deck profile, and then I'm going to be including some gameplay within this as well, where I'll be narrating some of my choices and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so again, this is the deck list that I've been working with. I am running the Germa 66 package, and the kind of core concept of this deck is you play out these low cost, low power Vinsmoke characters, in which you can don -1 to play out their upgraded suit version, whether from your trash or for your hand. And so this deck does recycle you through your trash a lot. It don minuses to play out and cheat out some bigger characters with some really awesome on-play effects. Yeah, it's just a really fun deck to play. And so we'll be going through the deck list right now first, and then I'll show you how it works in the gameplay videos. But again, I'm running 4 Kayas. This is really a flexible piece. It's a 2K counter, which is always great, but it allows you to cycle your hands. You need the combinations, right? So you need the Vinsmoke EGG, and then you need his upgraded suit version to really capitalize on the combos in this deck. And so being able to, one, have the unsuited versions in your hands, and then have the suited ones either in your trash or your hand as well, really matters in this deck. And so Kaya is perfect for cycling if you need to dig a little bit deeper into your deck. But there are other ways that you can within this deck, and we'll be going through that as well. Charlotte Pudding is one of my new favorite cards. If you ever are facing an opponent that just gets a huge hand size, this will automatically level the playing field. Your opponent has to return all their cards into their deck, shuffle it, and just draw 5 cards. This is a huge, I guess, tempo reset if your opponent is, if they drop the 10-drop Kaido, they have like a bunch of cards in hand, boom, you just drop this, level the playing field. Suru, I'm running 2 of. And it's an interesting card. It can be very powerful depending on the scenario. You can trash 2 cards from your hand, which you don't mind doing in this deck because REIJU has an innate ability to draw whenever you don minus. So you pretty much each turn are going to be drawing an extra card. But there are other cards like the character REIJU that's going to be drawing cards into your hand as well. And so it's very surprising to see how much you can replenish your hand with this deck, which is also another reason why I love playing this deck. And so again, you can trash 2 cards from your hand, and your opponent returns one of their characters to their hand. Situationally very powerful. If they have this one big body on the board, you oftentimes don't mind trashing your suited up versions because you're just going to be playing them from your trash anyway. And so again, this is another utility piece, but it's also a 2K counter, which gives it that flexibility. Then you have EGG. So he's the highest cost character of the brothers, but his suited up version is great. So on play, you can, if you have equal to or less don than your opponent, you can give one of your opponents -2,000 power for the turn, and it gains rush. So it's a 7 cost 7k power, but oftentimes you're playing it only for 4 don because you're playing the EGG first, don minusing to cheat out the 7 cost. You get this on play effect, and it has rush. And so it's a really powerful card. He is your late game kind of high-end swinger minus Judge, but we'll get to him later. But yeah, this is a really powerful card. We'll go over the next brother first. So then you have Niji, 3 cost 3k power, don -1. You get to cheat out his 5 cost 6,000 power card, and he's an option card. So basically, again, you have to hit the threshold of equal to or less don than your opponent, but you can KO one character with a cost of 2 or less, or return one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less to the owner's hand. And so I found myself oftentimes bouncing back the 4 cost. It just seems to have a lot more value. Some of the main targets that I've been targeting for OP06, you get the what's her face, the yellow Wano Samurai. I cannot remember her name now. It's gonna bug me. Hold on, I'll look this up right now. Okiku, yeah, the yellow Okiku. That's a 4-drop, the one that restores, or if you KO it, it adds a life to your opponent's life, as long as you have your opponent has less than 3 life. And so cards like that are kind of tedious and sticky on the board. Really great target to bounce back. You get to target your Borsalinos, and some of the other cards that just help you develop tempo and disrupt your opponent's tempo. Again, I'm running these at 3 of. I don't think you need the 4 ofs with these. The deck list is already really tight, and so this is a great body on the board, but I found that 3 seems to be the perfect number for this. It may change in the future, but with my testing, I really like running it at 3 ofs. Then you have the Yonji. He is a 2-cost 2k character. He does have a 1k counter stat, and again, you can don -1 to get his suited up version, which is a 4-cost 5k body with blocker. But if you have equal to or less don than your opponent, it gains 1,000 power. So it becomes a 4-cost 6k body on the board with blocker. And so, again, if you need the blocker, you can always play this. For 2 don, getting a 4/6 blocker on the board is fantastic. And it can just become a swinger as well, right? You attach 1 don to it, 7k, sweet spot. No complaints there. I do only run this as a 2 of, because as far as the other brothers and REIJU herself, it is the ability that I found that I needed the least amount. Then you have REIJU. This is a fantastic card. So again, she's a 2-cost 2k stat line, but her upgraded suit form, it gives you an on play that if you have equal to or less don than your opponent, and if you have 5 or less cards, you get to draw 2 cards. And so because you're drawing 1 card for your leader ability every time you don minus, and then if you play REIJU, you're drawing 2 cards. Now if you had 5 cards in hand, you're suddenly at 8 cards. And so this deck just cycles through your deck so quickly, helps you find your pieces, allows you to counter out of attacks consistently, and it feels really fun to play. I do run 2 copies of Law, just another blocker, but again, it has a don minus ability that allows you to mitigate your opponent's resources. If they have the 7 or more cards in hand, you get to trash 2 from their hands. And so that's fantastic, being a blocker, having a 1k counter, and you're drawing a card and negating your opponent's 2 cards. And so the high-end super combo in this is the Vinsmoke Judge, where on play, you don -1. You do have to trash 2 cards from your hand, but then you get to play up to 4 Germa 66 type characters with the power of 4,000 or less from the trash with different names. So if for whatever reason your opponent clears your board, or even maybe they don't, like sometimes I found myself summoning Vinsmoke Judge just to replay like another rusher again, because you have to choose 1 of each of his children. You can summon out and cheat out a total of 4 extra bodies if you have that in your trash. And so this is a great late game kind of slap in the face to your opponent. Maybe they spend a lot of resources, clear your whole board, you play this Judge, and now all of a sudden you have the suited up versions of every brother and sister out on the field. And you get their on play effects, which is fantastic too. And so yeah, really strong card, but again, with this deck you're don minusing constantly, and so hitting that 8 don is sometimes a little difficult, but yeah, if you can get there, it really will lock in the game in certain games. The other 2K we're running is the Vinsmoke Sora, the mother, and she has a great effect. So on play, you can discard a card from your hand, and if you again have equal to or less don than your on the field than your opponent, you get to add 1 character with a cost of 4, or with a power of 4,000 or less that has the Vinsmoke family attribute from the trash. So again, that's any Vinsmoke that's not Judge. You get to play out any of them, and so it's a great utility piece. It's a 2K counter. If you need, say, a blocker, you can always do that. You can always, if you need a bounce, you can bring back Niji. If you just need another 7K body, you can just play out ETG, or if you need more cards, you play out REIJU. And so this card fishes your other cards, and so really good synergy in the deck. I think the Germa 66 package is not only one of the most well-designed new mechanics within One Piece, but it's a ton of fun to play. And then for the events, I'm running a total of 8. You have the Germa 66 search card. It lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal one Germa 66 type card and add it to your hand, other than this card itself. And then you place the rest in the bottom deck in any order. Again, this deck is really reliant on finding your pieces that you need for the matchup, and so any sort of search that you have is going to be critical in setting up your hand and your trash to win the game. The trigger is still a good trigger. It's just a draw card. It's not activate the main ability, but again, it'll net you 1 card if you get it out of life, which is great. And then I'm running 4 copies of the stage. The stage allows you to discard 1 card and rest the stage, and then look at the top 3 cards of the deck and reveal a Germa type card, add it to your hand, and send the rest to the bottom with any order. And so, again, just another search and a deck that loves to search out its key pieces. Yeah, so overall, this is the deck. It's really fun. I will probably be maining this deck going forward in OP06. We'll be trying to top with it, but we'll see. I think it does have a few difficult matchups, but I do need to play test it a little bit more first to kind of get a full feeling of it. But yeah, let's go into the gameplay. Alright, so we have a game against Perona. In this game, I think I'm going to want to go second. We do have the Ichiji and the upgraded version, which I do like to see early, but we don't have any REIJU, so I think I'm going to mulligan this hand. Okay, so at least we have a similar hand, but we have the search now. I feel a little bit better about this. So we will do the search. Oh, I will pick up the REIJU first, and then I'll pass. I could have picked up the stage and then done a search with by trashing the 7-drop, but I do feel like seeing 2 upgraded REIJUs there, it was a little risky. Here I'm going to opt to play Ichiji. We will summon him, and we'll kind of go hard into the searcher and then swing at life. And again, developing a 7K body at this point in the game is very strong. We still have Niji to bounce back anything he summons here, like perfect. We get to bounce back this target here. I will take this first life because I do want to fish for some more cards. Alright, so we will deploy. Let's minus, summon. We'll bounce this back. We will do a search. I will take. I'll take the Yonji, since we do have the Yonji blocker upgrade. We will go 6 into their life and then 7. And honestly, I don't feel bad about hard playing a REIJU either, because it'll still draw you 2 cards as long as we have equal to or less Don than your opponent. The effect is great. I think it's worth it. The on-play effect is good enough alone. Just hard play the REIJU at times. Okay, so they countered. We'll swing 7. They'll probably take, and then we'll pass. Summoned it again. How annoying would it be if we just bounced it back again? which I am honestly thinking that's what I might do. We'll take this again. Oh, perfect. Okay, here we go. So, I do think I'll search a little bit here. I'll take Ichiji. Yeah, I'm gonna hard play this. We will send that back. We will not let our opponent have any board, and we will just keep being aggressive into their life, either forcing cards or taking their life. And we have plenty of cards to work with right now. Alright, so I will counter out of this one. Let's play the stage. We'll play REIJU. Draw the extra cards. I will actually choose to bounce again. I'll attack 5, see what they do. They block. We'll attack 6. Then we'll attack 7. I do want to draw another suited up version of Ichiji. We can search for that next turn though. Attacking 7. I will choose a counter out of this. Perfect. So what we can do is play this. We'll don minus. We'll force them to play it again if they want to. I think I'll do a search here. We'll do one more search. We are not getting lucky with the searches, but that's okay. Let's go 7, 7, 7, 7. Or maybe we'll go 5, 7, and then summon a blocker. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Perfect. That's fine. He's had to summon that so many times. Oh, okay, so he did get to rest and then do that. I will definitely be guarding this. Again, now our opponent's in a really bad spot. We have all the advantage. I get to go draw even more cards here. We get to even fish deeper. Perfect. So now we got these here. We will play out another Ichiji. We'll don minus the blocker, and then we'll start swinging 7s. Our opponent should not be able to get out of this. Yep. And that's game. Alright, so now we're facing Uta. We will go second here. I kind of like this hand. We have one of the ETGs. We do have a REIJU upgraded, and we have a search, so I will keep it. Uta tends to have a large hand, so it'll be nice to also have the option to drop the law. Here we will grab the upgraded ETG and we'll pass it over. Not much more we can do. Okay, they swung big. We'll take that first hit. It's fine. Yeah, we'll cut the hand size down early. Draw the extra card and swing into their life. Next turn we can drop the Germa Kingdom, trash the Power Ranger ETG, and search for my 2-drop REIJU. I will counter out of this one. Perfect, so we'll do this, trash this. We'll take the, I think that's a better play line. So we'll disrupt our tempo here. So we're gonna play Niji, play it out. We will bounce back the Zoro, and then we'll swing 6. And swing 5. We'll stay aggressive here, because we have a lot of counters still. They may drop the Luffy here. Oh no, they didn't. So they're not going to be drawing the Luffy. Great, so we have the REIJU. So what we'll do is we'll trash it. We'll search for another card. We'll take another ETG, play the REIJU, play it back from trash. Again, now we have a lot more that we can do here. I will play Niji here, or ETG rather, and then we'll swing 5, 6, and 7. So they will be playing the Luffy into the Zoro. That's okay. Swing 5, I will counter. Swing 6, I will also counter. Oh, that's perfect. So we will trash that ETG again. Pick up another ETG. Play out an ETG and summon minusing here. We'll swing in, see what they do. Okay, so they blocked. Swing in again. And I think we'll try to take out the Luffy, or take out a bunch of cards from him, which I am also okay with. Perfect. Swing 8, I will let it die, because I can just resummon it again. It's no problem. 7, we will counter out of that with pudding. Okay, we'll let that go, because we have another ETG. So we'll play the ETG first, or Niji first. We will bounce back the Uta, and then I will play another ETG, make Luffy a little weaker. We'll go 7 into the Zoro. We should do a search too, just in case. I will take another ETG. Let's go 5 the leader. We'll see what they do here. They took it. We'll attack again. See if they take it. In hindsight, I think I should have swung into the Zoro first. Okay, but they countered anyway. And we'll swing into the Zoro here. See if they give me a 2K or if they let it die. Okay, they countered 2. Perfect. So we are still at a hand advantage. We are still very much chilling. Again, I can always hard play Niji as well to bounce back. Zoro to control their board even more. To swing one more time. I can bait them into swing one more time and then just committing everything. Again, we have plenty of counter for this. So we will, I guess not plenty. It did take us down to the last bit. But yeah, there's no way they went after that. Alright, so we got a Yamato. Honestly, I don't like Yamato swinging, getting the first swing. So I do think I'm going to opt to go first in this matchup. We have a stage and the REIJU and ETG. I do not mind this hand because we get to play the stage and then we get to trash the ETG to kind of search for my next pieces, so I'll be keeping it. Perfect. So we picked up the REIJU. We'll send those to the bottom. And again, we have another Germa Kingdom card here that we can trash for another search to pick up another piece. Yeah, this Yamato doesn't have any turn 1 play. So we'll keep going. I will choose to do the REIJU first to see and draw the cards to see what else we may want to search out. Great, so we got another REIJU and we got a Niji now. I will do another search, run a little deeper. I will pick up the Germa 66 search card. And then we'll look to see, yep, perfect. So we're gonna take the ETG first because we wanna play that next turn. We'll be at the 4 non, so I'm just gonna attack him for 5. So at this point, he can play a Nami and then start swinging a big banish number, like 7. I will choose to counter out. Okay, so no banish, but we will still counter out of this. I will use Kaya and I'm going to use Niji for now. Oh, I am tempted to shorten his hand with Law here. But let's do a search first. Let's see. We will take another 2K for now. You know what? I am actually gonna deploy Law. Dawn -1. Draw a card. We got rid of 2 cards. Okay, I got 2K and body. That's fine. We'll attack 5, we'll attack 5 again. This way now we establish a blocker just in case he tries to drop an Onami and do a really high number banish attack. I'm not sure why he utilized the Beige there. I can't even attack with the law anyway. Maybe it's a newer player. We'll see what he does. Yep, so here we go. Playing the Onami, could technically go a really high banish swing. I think I will... Okay, it's only 7k. I can pretty confidently trash those two and still be in a good position. I will do a search. I'll take the Germa 66. I guess we'll take another blocker just in case. But this is the turn where we will summon the EGG. And then we'll just start swinging 5s. We'll leave my law up just in case they do choose to swing really big again. But let's take a lot of cards out of the Yamato's hand or bring them down to 0. We are cool with either case. So. This is a deck where you'll also have to check your trash quite often. Just remember what you put in there. Great, so they went down to 0, 6 cards in hand, and we still have a blocker up. We're in a very good spot here. We have the option to play another blocker in case they try to KO this in some way. But we're still at 4 life, so we are hard chillin'. Yeah, he played this, but he doesn't have a Wano type card. I'm not sure if he thought that Nami was a Wano type. Okay, he left. Well, those are a few of the games for this REIJU deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be coming out with more of these videos, coming out with some of the other OP6 decks that I'm testing out. I have no more OP05 big events. I'm not playing in any of the remaining Treasure Cups, so again, a lot of my content is going to be shifting and focusing towards OP06. So we'll definitely feature a lot more videos, a lot more deck profiles. I just personally like REIJU a lot. The deck is so much fun to play. Yeah, but stay tuned. Hope you guys subscribe, like, comment. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see any certain matchups or any certain deck profiles next. I do have decks made for most of OP06. So, yeah, willing to share and just trying to get that information out there. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hey Adacrew, just wanted to remind you, if you haven't already done so, be sure to check out my online shop. All you need to do is type in www.adakai-tcg.com to check out all the latest custom cards I've been making. There you can find highly limited serialized customized cards, such as this purple Luffy leader. Each card will be marked with a unique serial number from 1 to 50, and once it sells out, the design will no longer be printed again. Here you can also find the customized Dawn sets I've been working on, such as the Luffy Will Be King set, which features all the Straw Hats proclaiming their captain will be the king of the pirates. So if you don't want to miss out on the latest customs, make sure to check it out now. The links will be in the description below.